الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله اما بعد. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, I give you the salutation, which is the salutation of the people of Jannah, the salutation of the Muslims, and the salutation from Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The theme of today's sermon is Attauheed, الذي هو حق الله على العبيد. That is oneness of Allah, or Monotheism, which is the right of Allah upon His servants, or upon any creation, both the jinn and the mankind living on the face of the earth. That is the theme of the sermon. And when we say Tawheed, it is something we are all aware of, but we keep on reminding ourselves, because reminding benefit the believers. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned that we should convey his message, even if it is a verse, meaning even if it is one ayah from the Quran or one hadith from the ahadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Then when we say Tawheed, Monotheism, literally it means monotheism, which is Attauheed. Then the technical meaning, Attauheed has to do with إفراد الله تعالى بما يختص به من الألوهية والربوبية والأسماء والصفات. Meaning singling out Allah with what is specific to Him. Singling out Allah with what is specific to Him in His divinity, in His lordship, and believing in the names and the attributes of Allah. This is Tawheed. Meaning you single out Allah in His rububiyyah. We single out Allah in His uluhiyyah. We single out Allah in His asma and in His mother as-sifat. And when we mention about mother al-uluhiyyah, uluhiyyatullah, singling out Allah in your act of worship, meaning anything you are doing, you should know that you are doing it, you should have ikhlas in it. You single out Allah in it. You have to believe that Allah is one, He alone, He has no partner, and He alone deserves to be worshipped. This is uluhiyyatullah. Then as for the Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, and afwan regarding to the Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah, this is where we have a kind of contradiction with the unbelievers regarding this. Because they believe, yes, of course, there is Allah, there is Creator, but they still associate partner to Him. This is where the believers and the non-believers used to debate. And this is why the reason why Allah sent prophets as an intercessor to their nation. Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. That indeed we sent messengers to every nation. There is no nation except that Allah sent messenger. And the message that Allah sent the messengers with is that Ani'budullah is for them to worship Allah wajtanibu Tawhut and abstain from anything that has to do with Tawhut. That means any deity beside Allah. And the messengers delivered the message of Allah. Then فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ هَدَى اللَّهُ, from among mankind there are those that Allah bestows them guidance. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ حَقَّتْ عَلَيْهِ الضَّلَالَةِ, and there are those who choose misguidance for themselves and Allah left them in their misguidance. This is regarding to Tawheed, Mada, al-Uluhiyya. Also, Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, knowing the Rububiyyah of Allah, the Lordship of Allah. In this, even, in fact, there is no person on the face of the earth except that he or she believe that Allah is the creator. This is as the Lordship of Allah, al-Rububiyyah. Believe, but even though people of this generation, there are some who also, in fact, they believe that everything happens just nature. Nothing as something just like nature. You come in here, illa hayatuna dunya namutu wa nahya. As you are coming, earth is consuming you. You come, you die. Some people don't believe that Allah is the creator. That in fact there is something like existence of Allah. Some people disbelieve in the existence of Allah, while Allah is Auwal, wal-Akhir, wal-Zahir, wal-Batin. Some people disbelieve in the existence of Allah. But as for the unbelievers of them, the people before the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and the disbelievers at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, people like Abu Jahl, Utbah, Shayba, and the rest of them, they all believe that Allah is the creator. Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. Mada is Tawheed al-Rububiyyah? Ifradullahi ta'ala fi khalqihi wa mulkihi wa tadbiri. Singling out Allah in His creation, singling out Allah in His kingship, singling out Allah in or believing that Allah disposes affairs. The non-believers, both the believers and the non-believers believe that Allah is the creator of the heavens and the earth. There is God who created the heavens and the earth. That is why regarding to them, Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَلَئِنْ سَأَلْتَهُمْ مَنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ. If you ask them regarding to the creator of the heavens and the earth, they will respond to you by telling you that yes, of course, it's Allah. وَلَئِنْ سَأَلْتَهُمْ مَنْ نَزَّلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً فَأَحْيَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَوْتِهَا لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ. Who sent down rain from the sky? They will also tell you it is Mother Allah. He is Allah who is empowered to do that. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ وَيَجْعَلُكُمْ خُلَفَاءَ الْأَرْضِ أَإِلَٰهٌ مَعَ اللَّهِ. All these things, we believe that Allah is the creator of the heavens and the earth. Yes, and we also believe that Allah created everything on the face of the earth. Yes, of course, you might say, yes, human being creates something like phones, electronic gadgets, or other creation and so many things. Yes, of course, the creation of Allah is totally different from the creation of human being. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. We don't compare Allah with human, but sometimes we analyze some things in order for people to sit and reflect over Allah, over the greatness of Allah. Because we should understand we created from existing, from something which exists. You cannot just sit down with just a blink of an eye and something is created. You must make a move. And as your own creation, as we, the human being, we must create something before we create the manuals. For instance, you can't just send a paper to me that, yes, this is what I'm going to, or this is the instrument that you can use in repairing phone, in repairing the television, or doing this thing. You must have created the television. You must have created the phone before you make the manuals, the papers. Alright? This is regarding to the creation of human being. But before Allah creates human being, He has created the manuals. Ar-Rahman A'allam al-Quran. Allah have created the Quran. He has allowed pen to write everything that is going to happen both in the heavens and also in the earth. Then A'allam al-Quran, He taught, He gave the manuals. خلق الإنسان, He now created the human. You can see the creation of Allah manuals before the mankind, before the jinn kind. As for the human being, you create the things, the physical thing before the manuals. That is the paper that you read, you follow the procedure. You must believe that yes, Allah is the creator of everything, because you can't create something from nothing. But Allah creates everything from nothing. Then you must also believe, part of the Tawheed, you must also believe in the names and the attributes of Allah. This is where you have your Tawheed. That is why the foundation of Islam is Tawheed. If you don't have Tawheed, then there is deficiency in your religion. You have problem. And this Tawheed is the right that Allah has upon us. If you meet Allah without Tawheed, even if you have the earth filled up with rewards, it's going to be mada haba and manthura. It's going to be worthless on the day of resurrection because you don't have Tawheed in it. That is why in the khutbah, the Imam wrote also that you see the word kalima, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. He said that the la ilaha illallah, the kalima there, it will not benefit you if you did not connect it or apply with action. You can't just say, because since I say la ilaha illallah, I'm totally a Muslim. You know, la ilaha illallah is your ticket to Jannah, provided you utter it, you apply it in action, and you also apply the condition attached to the la ilaha illallah. This is what will qualify you to Jannah. But if you only utter the la ilaha illallah, then there is no tawheed, or the la ilaha illallah does not penetrate into your heart. It means you are doomed on the day of resurrection. You must have before the la ilaha illallah can benefit you, you must put it into practice. You act it, you also connect it with the condition that is attached to la ilaha illallah. What are the conditions that you can apply your la ilaha illallah with, that can qualify you in earning the Jannah? You must understand the meaning of the la ilaha illallah first. Understand it, understand its negation and its affirmation. You must believe that there is no one worthy of worship. That means no one worthy of worship. This is negation, nafi. And illallah, only Allah. That is affirmation. You affirm that yes, no one deserves to be worshipped except Allah. That is one of the conditions. Then, other of the condition, you must be certain without doubting the existence of Allah. You have to be certain. You must have your full, total belief in your heart that yes, Allah is existing. Allah is there, He's watching you, He's seeing your action. Whether in your apparent or hidden. Allah is seeing us. From the condition, you must also be sincere in your action. Anything you are doing, make sure you are doing it for the sake of Allah. Don't seek for people's pleasure. Don't seek for people's praise. Seek for Allah's pleasure. Anything you are doing, do it to seek for the pleasure of Allah. From the condition of La ilaha illallah, you have to be sincere. Be truthful between you and Allah. Be truthful with Allah and also be truthful with the mankind, with the people living on the face of the earth. Also, from the condition of La ilaha illallah, you must love Allah. Allah must be your priority in anything you are doing. From its condition also, you must single out Allah in anything you are doing. Also from the condition of Allah, from the condition of Mada La ilaha illallah also, is that you being as a Muslim, wallahi, it's a gift from Allah. It's not by our wisdom. You must hold on to the rope of Allah. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. And this La ilaha illallah is the kalima, is the sincere kalima of Tawheed, which is the greatest duty imposed by Allah on His servants. It is the greatest duty imposed by Allah on His servants, and it is from the religion. Without your Tawheed, without La ilaha illallah, there is no religion. There is no religion. We are practicing the Islam because Allah created you and created your action. Without Allah creating your action, you won't know what to do. We will not be told, we will not be directed to come to the Jum'ah. But Allah, Mada, Wallahu khalaqakum wa ma ta'malun. He created you and created your action. Just exactly as the soul also is from the body. Without the soul, your body will be worthless. If our soul is removed from our body, is extracted from our body, now we are worthless. We won't function again. And we won't be able to deliver the message of Allah again, because إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى وَلَا تُسْمِعُ السُّمَّ الدُّعَاء إِذَا وَلَّوْا مُدْبِرِينَ. You can't convey the message of Allah to the dead person. That is why, as regarding to that La ilaha illallah, which is the kalima of Tawheed, Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ مِنْ رَسُولٍ إِلَّا نُوحِي إِلَيْهِ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنَا فَاعْبُدُونِ. Allah mentioned in the Quran, in Surah Al-Anbiya, that we did not send any messenger before you, meaning the messengers sent before you, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is no messenger sent except that a revelation is given to that messenger. And from the revelation is knowing Allah, meaning أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَّا أَنَا فَاعْبُدُونَ, that indeed there is no one who deserves to be worshipped except I. Allah is mentioned that except He, Allah, deserves to be worshipped. Then He now says, مَاذَا فَاعْبُدُونَ, then you should worship me. Allah says you should worship Him alone. He alone deserves to be worshipped. Worship Him alone. And this is the covenant which Allah mentioned in the Quran in Surah Maryam, where He mentioned that none shall have the power of intercession إِلَّا مَنِ اتَّخَذَ عِنْدَ الرَّحْمَنِ عَهْدًا, except the one who has taken covenant from the most merciful, meaning except the one who fulfilled the agreement between him and Allah, because we've all agreed that Allah is our creator. وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكَ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ ظُهُورِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ. We've all already agreed that Allah is our creator. Then Abdullah ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him and his father, he mentioned that you see, that's al-ahd, the covenant of Allah, which Allah mentioned in that ayah, إِلَّا مَنِ اتَّخَذَ عِنْدَ الرَّحْمَنِ عَهْدًا. It is the testimony to testify that there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and rejecting any forms of shirk. And also to single out Allah in your hope. When you are praying, you are asking for something, hope in Allah. Then it is also mentioned that if Iman is the gateway to Al-Jannah, if Iman is the gateway to Al-Jannah, then you should be rest assured that indeed, that Mother Attauheed, which is the oneness of Allah, is the gateway to Iman. If Iman will earn you Jannah, it's Tawheed that will earn you Iman. And if you don't have that Tawheed, you've already lost your Iman. And that means you've deprived yourself from Jannah. Because the Prophet ﷺ have mentioned, كل أمتي يدخلون الجنة. All the people of my nation, they will be admitted into Jannah. إلا من أبى, except the one who rejected to enter. That is why Al-Jannah is not even compulsory. That is why if you preach to someone, you can't force someone. That is why, in fact, the formula in Islam, La ikraha fi din. You don't force someone into the religion. You only advise. What is on you is for you to convey the message of Allah. Lesta alayhim bimusaytir. You can't force someone. You don't force anybody. You advise. You show them guidance. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ. Whoever wish to accept the guidance, and whoever also wish should choose that misguidance for himself, for him or herself. And that meaning if the Tawheed is the gateway to that is something that will earn you Iman, then you should know that Tawheed, the kalima la ilaha illallah, is the key to Jannah. For that, my dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, according to the khutbah, Imam said that he is enjoining you with the kalima, La ilaha illallah. Because that kalima, it is the best commandment that a believer can give to his Muslim believer and also can urge or incite his brother. Because this tawheed, the kalima La ilaha illallah, it protects you from the wrath and from the punishment of Allah. And it will also whitens your face. You'll be among the dwellers of Jannah on the day of resurrection. ماذا وأما الذين بيضت وجوههم ففي رحمة الله هم فيها خالدون. For those that Allah will whiten, that you see comfort, you see smile on their face on the day of resurrection, they are the dwellers of Jannah, and they will be in that Jannah, they will dwell in it. And it will also earn you the pleasure of Allah. And this La ilaha illallah, qawlan wa fi'lan, I'm talking about utterance and also applying it in action. It will elevate your status, your dignity, your honor, both in this world and the day of resurrection. Then, you know, say at the end, that we should pay attention to this. That a lot of tragedies, disastrous calamities, insecurity that is happening both in the cities and also in the villages, meaning both in rural and urban areas, is as a result of our absence of Iman. Wallahi, if there is Iman in our hearts, all these things will be reduced. Stealing, kidnapping, armed robbery, raping, rape to in fact some people because of their lack of Iman, not having Tawheed not penetrating in their heart, they will rape small children. Subhanallah. A person who has Iman, a person whose La ilaha illallah penetrated in his heart will never do this. And even if he's about to start it, that Iman will illuminate his heart and he will give up that action. He will withdraw from that kind of action, from all those gruesome acts. And he will also withdraw or give up transgressing people. Also, lastly, he mentioned regarding that matter, also for the people that are selling farm produce in the markets, selling rice, millet, beans, or whatever you are selling, meat, which you have to place it on a weight, on a scale. All those things. Life, people are facing difficult life. People are facing a tough life, but we also torment ourselves. We transgress ourselves. We oppress ourselves also. Someone come to buy something, you carry a scale. Reduce or decrease that scale. This is what destroyed the people of Mada and Nabi Shu'aib. the nation of Anabi Shu'aib, decreasing weight, decreasing scale when they are measuring or weighing. This is abomination. And Allah have make it as the kind of, as make it haram. Illegal is an illegal act, which if you do that, wallahi, if you think maybe you want to maximize profits, you should know that you are getting lost. Because since you are not making life easy to people, even if you get that wealth, Allah will remove the barakah in it. And again, understand that you will never consume someone's provision. If something that Allah have not decreed for you as your own provision. For that, any wisdom you are using in maximizing profit or accumulating wealth in your bank account by stealing, robbing people, depriving people their rights, or harming people in a way that you just get that income, you should know that, wallahi, in fact, you are driving yourself away from the mercy of Allah. For that, we have to be very, very careful when we are weighing. Weigh in a way that when you are weighing for yourself, you are pleased with it. Weigh to people like that, and don't make life difficult to people. Storing food that you are supposed to bring them to the market for people to buy. You store them because you are expecting the price to also increase. May Allah make it easy for us. The Imam is around, inshallah. I'll leave the floor for him to come and deliver his khutbah. Subhanallah.